Warning, the following video contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
And here we go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. My name is Samurai.
I'm Gideon. And I'm Zara.
So off camera, we were talking about Pete Davidson.
Yes.
Apparently, Geneva didn't know which Pete Davidson we were talking about. She was thinking of somebody in some band.
Listen, first of all, my mind was blown. Yes, this was yesterday we were talking about it. Up to yesterday, Pete Davidson is that guy from that band from when I was in middle school, from whatever that year was. My friends had his poster on the wall. Apparently, it's not. And I'm like, and then they're talking about, I'm like, yeah, what was that band name called?
We don't know.
Really, there's no band? Look, and when I saw this guy, I'm like, that's the dude from the band. If anyone else has ever thought this, please comment below. I would like to know what band I'm thinking about, because like it still doesn't really make sense to me. Like and then you guys told me, oh no, he's from SNL. What are you talking about? I don't know. All this time I've been lying to myself.
Just misinformation. That's all it is.
I know, it's just so weird.
Maybe I'm pretty sure there's a band member with the name similar or the same name, Davidson.
Okay, well, I hope someone helps us out, because I can't put my finger on it, and it's been driving me nuts.
So this one here is Pete Davidson, alive from New York from 2020. Neither of you have seen this stand-up comedy.
I have not seen him on anything.
So I know.
Apparently.
I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I have seen this, during that time. His humor is quite different from most of the comedians that we've watched on this channel.
Okay,
so.
Yeah.
I'm prepared for different.
Some are dark, some are like, should we laugh, should we not? But, it depends on who you are as the person viewing it, yeah? So are we ready?
Yeah. Well, I'm ready. And I'm going in as a fresh slate once again.
If you do like our reaction, please like, comment, subscribe. Also, hit that notification bell. All right.
Pete.
And here we go.
So it's like 2014 or 15, and it's the finale of SNL. And I was so shocked and happy that I didn't get fired. And this is a feeling that I get to relive every week. It's really awesome. I still can't believe it. It's very funny. So I was just celebrating. Louis C.K. was hosting, and at the time, Louis C.K. was like a very well-respected comedian. Like at the time. Like, yeah.
So cute.
At the time, he was someone that you would look up to and want approval of. At the time. At the time, it was someone you wanted to be nice to you. Anyway, so he was hosting, and I was just thrilled. So I smoked a joint in my dressing room, and as I was leaving to go into the elevators, Louis C.K. was like holding court and talking to like a bunch of the cast and writers and like cool people, and like they were like clearly very into a conversation. So I was just like, I don't want any part of that. Like, I'm high, I don't want to like ruin it for anybody, or like I don't want that guy to know I exist, So I just put my hoodie on and I closed it really tight, and I walked all the way around to the other side of the elevators so I could not, be in the way at all. And so I pressed the button and I'm just waiting there. And then all of a sudden, Louis C.K. stops his conversation. He looks up and points at me and goes, "Look how fucking high Pete is, that fucking idiot. Just getting fucking high at work, you stupid fuck. You're gonna smoke your career away, idiot." And I was like so high, I was like, that didn't happen. No. This is a me issue, for sure. He probably said, "See you tomorrow, champ." So I go to work the next day, and I get a phone call from Lorne Michaels' office. This was alarming because I've been there for a year, and I have yet to hear from his office until today. So I was like, oh shit, So I answered the phone, and they're like, "Hey, Louis just left Lorne's office. He went in there to talk about you, and now Lorne wants to talk to you now." And I was like, oh, fuck, all right. Because I was like, now I'm getting fired, like this is what I thought. So I was just trying to like hype myself up. It's like, I was just like, fuck them. They're the ones who look stupid anyway. They hired and fired you. They're wrong twice, It's fucking, yeah. I was like, he could just creep into the back of Wild 'N Out, nobody even fucking noticed.
He was on Wild 'N Out, yeah.
So I was walking into his office, just trying to, feel better and whatever. And I opened the door, and Lauren's sitting there, right? And he looks really confused, as do I, because, it's just like how I look. I look like, you just asked me to, like, divide. Anyway, so he looks very confused, and he's like, sit down. So I do. And he goes, Louis came in and told me that you smoke weed. And I was like, yes. The rumors that you have heard ring true. And then I saw with his eyes, he kind of looked deflated, like he didn't know what to say, Like, because with his eyes, he's like, I'm sorry we're having this conversation, but, like, Louis told on you, and he told me to talk to you, and, like, personally, I don't think this is a big deal, because people used to do coke here, and I kind of think you're a pussy, actually, so I'm really sorry we're having this conversation. And I read that with his eyes, and with my eyes, I said, no doubt, homie. So, it was just, like, awkward for another second, and it was quiet, and then he goes, yeah, so I guess, what you could do is, I guess, because he said you smoke a lot of weed, so maybe you could just like watch the amount of weed that you smoke.
What?
And I was like, all right, I'll watch. I was like, I'll never leave it out of my sight. I was like, no problem. Man of my word. And I was like, he goes, yeah. He goes, I'm sorry to have this conversation with you, but Louis brought it to my attention and said, you're smoking your career away, and you smoked so much weed in the office the other day that it actually made him uncomfortable. And I was like, oh, shit. Like, really? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, so, like, am I fired? And he was like, no. And I was like, why? And he was like, I don't know. Which, again, is a conversation we have yearly, on a yearly basis. Is this the year? I don't know. Not yet. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I don't know. And that fucking killed me, like I had to leave that office like with that, just like Louis C.K. doesn't like you, one of the best comedians arguably ever, and especially at the time, like it just killed me, because why am I even doing stand-up if this guy doesn't like me, that's somebody's approval you want. And I was like, this guy fucking doesn't like me because I smoke weed, that sucks, and I had to like sit with that for like 5 years, And then one glorious morning, I woke up and I read Louis C.K. jerks off in front of women. And I went, yes. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want it to happen, but if it was gonna happen to anybody, I'm glad it was him. Does that make sense? Okay. No, it's just, let me just tell you how crazy it is to jerk off alone, okay? Yeah, just be in the room with me, Is it okay? So, just, jerking off alone is fucking weird. You ever, like, jerk off and it's taking a long time and you can't even make yourself come and you're like, you're a fucking loser. You can't even do yourself. Who makes you think anybody else would want to do it, You ever there's that old tale, you catch yourself in the mirror? That's happened to me, actually, because I'm stupid. Never again, because now I jerk off in the pitch black. Yeah, I do. Phone face down, because you could get a text and it could reflect off the mirror and then you can catch yourself in the corner jerking off. Mom text at the top. You ever try to jerk off after getting a mom text? It's damn near impossible. I didn't say impossible, but it is damn near, for sure. It is one of the harder things I've had to do. But no, it bummed me out, like, hearing all this shit, because, like, I just felt bad for all those women that he jerked off in front of. It's just really sad, because it really affected them. And, like, if they only knew that, like, when Louis, like, started jerking it, if they just, like, lit up a blunt, he would have been like, oh, fuck, is that weed? Telling, you pieces of shit.
Oh, my God.
You're going to smoke away your career.
That's funny as hell.
Oh, that's just the intro.